Did you know the Shona people of Zimbabwe use music and dance to tell stories, to celebrate life, and to connect with their ancestors? From the enchanting sounds of Mbira to the energetic beat of Ngoma drums, the Shona traditional dance and music are more than just art. They are a living, breathing part of the culture. Want to experience part of this magic? Let's dive in to explore the vibrant Shona traditions. Shona traditional music and dance. Shona traditional music and dance are an important part of the culture of the Shona people of Zimbabwe. Music and dance are not just for fun. They are used to tell stories, celebrate, or even pray to ancestors for guidance and blessings. So let's look at the instruments in Shona music. The most famous instrument in Shona music is the Mbira, also called the thumb piano. It's a small instrument with metal keys that you press with your thumbs to make beautiful sounds. Mbira is a traditional Shona instrument from Zimbabwe. It's like a small handheld piano with metal keys. People believe the Mbira connects them to their ancestors. How is Mbira played? Mbira has lots of small metal keys or tines attached to a wooden board. Musicians plug these keys with their thumbs, creating beautiful sounds. The keys vibrate, producing mesmerizing tones. So what does Mbira sound like? Imagine a gentle breeze, rustling leaves, or waves flowing smoothly. Mbira's soothing sounds evoke emotions and calmness. Mbira's role in Shona mythology is deeply rooted. It has a huge spiritual significance, especially in the area of ancestor communication. Mbira bridges the living and the dead, facilitating dialogue with the ancestors and spirits, and also in the area of spirit possession. Mbira music induces trance states, allowing spirits to possess mediums. Also in the area of divination, Mbira sounds guide diviners in understanding spiritual messages. Also, it has a huge significance in mythological stories. So, in creating myths, Mbira accompanied the creation of the world according to Shona legend. Also, in heroic tales, Mbira celebrates legendary heroes like Munumutapa, founder of the great Zimbabwe Empire. Also, in trickster stories, Mbira accompanies tales of clever tricksters like Nyami Nyami, the Zambezi River spirit. So we just want to look at the symbolism of this instrument called Mbira. So its keys, they represent life stages. Mbira keys symbolize birth, growth, and death. Vibrations represent spiritual energy. Mbira sounds embody spiritual vibrations. So Mbira, this instrument Mbira, its shape represents unity among people. So we just want to look at the importance of Mbira in the context of performing ceremonies. So in Mbira ceremonies, Mbira-driven rituals are done to honor ancestors and to seek guidance. Also, Mapiko ceremonies, Mbira accompanies initiation rites. Kurova Guva, Mbira plays during ancestral worship. So, in mythological beings like Mwari, God, Mbira connects worshippers to Mwari. In terms of Zimu ancestors, Mbira honors and communicates with ancestral spirits. Also, in terms of Ngozi or malevolent spirits, Mbira wards off harmful spirits. So we just want to look also at the modern significance of this instrument called Mbira. It plays a huge role in cultural preservation. So Mbira keeps Shona mythology alive. Also, it plays a role in spiritual continuity. Mbira maintains connection to ancestral heritage. Also, in artistic inspiration, Mbira influences contemporary music and art. So Mbira's distinctive sounds and cultural significance inspire contemporary artists worldwide. So I'll just mention a few. So in terms of world music, there are elements. Also in terms of Afrofusion, musicians like Thomas Mafumo, Oliver Mtukudzi, and Stella Chweshe blend Mbira with modern styles. I'm going to leave you with some fun facts about this musical instrument called Mbira. Did you know that Mbira has deep ancient roots? Mbira originated over 1,000 years ago. And it's not just one type of Mbira, there are varieties. Different Mbira types exist, like the Mbira Zawadzimu, ancestors Mbira. And Mbira has global influence. Mbira has inspired Western musicians like jazz and rock artists. So we'll move on to another traditional instrument from Zimbabwe called Hosho. It's a type of rattle made from gourds filled with seeds. It adds rhythm to the music. Drums called Ngoma are also used, especially during dances. To have a clear picture of Hosho, let me give you a description. Hosho or rattle is a type of rattle made from dried gourds or calabashes. Seeds, beads, or small stones are inserted into the gourds, creating rattling sounds when shaken. Typically, 2 gourds are attached to a wooden handle, like the ones showing in the picture. So the significance in rhythmic accompaniment, the Hosho provides percussive beats in traditional Shona music, especially with Mbira. So it's used in combination with other musical instruments like Mbira and drums. So ceremonial importance, Hosho is used in various ceremonies such as weddings, initiation rites, ancestor worship, harvest festivals. And its spiritual significance is that Hosho helps communicate with ancestors and spirits. It's also irrelevant for cultural identity, as Hosho symbolizes Shona heritage and cultural pride. So there are different types of Hosho. Hosho Mbira. These are large Hosho used for ceremonies and important events. And we also have Hosho Dzevana, small Hosho used for social gatherings and storytelling. So playing techniques, shaking. Hosho is shaken to create rhythmic patterns. Tapping, handles are tapped against the ground or other surfaces. Swinging, Hosho is swung in a circular motion. So what do Hosho symbolize? They symbolize unity. Hosho represents unity among community members. It symbolizes gratitude. Hosho expresses thanks to ancestors and spirits. It symbolizes celebration. Hosho accompanies joyful occasions. The next thing I'm going to focus on is Marimba and drums. Their significance in ceremonies and cultural history. Marimba and drums are very important instruments in African culture, especially for the Shona people of Zimbabwe. These instruments are not just for making music. They have a deep meaning and are used in special ceremonies, celebrations, and storytelling. What is Marimba? Marimba is a wooden instrument that looks like a big xylophone. When you hit the wooden bars with sticks, it makes a warm, beautiful sound. Each bar makes a different note, like the keys on a piano. The marimba is often played in groups with many people working together to create joyful, energetic music. Marimba is used in festivals, weddings, and even funerals. It brings people together, making them feel happy or helping them reflect during serious moments. What about drums? Drums, called Ngoma in Shona, are made from wood and animal skin. Drums have been used for hundreds of years. They are very loud and can send messages over long distances. Drums are not only loud but exciting. They are used in ceremonies to call people to gather, to honor ancestors, or to celebrate life. These are revered traditional instruments in Shona culture. So there are different types of drums. There are double-headed drums, often used for celebrations. And there are talking drums in Shona Mende, hourglass-shaped drums mimicking speech patterns. Then the long drums, Ngoma dzekugeza, narrow single-headed drums for ceremonial use. Hand drums, makwa, small handheld drums. So what is the significance of drums? They are important in terms of communication. Drums convey messages between communities and spirits. In ceremonial accompaniment, drums accompany Mbira, Hosho, and singing. In storytelling, Drum rhythms illustrate myths, legends, and historical events. Healing. Drumming facilitates spiritual healing and cleansing. Social cohesion. Drumming unites community members. So in terms of culture, in the looking at drums from a cultural context, they play an important role in events like weddings. Drums celebrate union and fertility. In initiation rites, drums mark transitions to adulthood. In ancestor worship, drums honor ancestral spirits. In harvest festivals, drums express gratitude. In Mbira ceremonies, drums facilitate spiritual communication. So, what is the symbolism of drums? Heartbeat. Drums represent life's pulse. Unity. Drumming unites community members. Strength. Drums symbolize courage and resilience. Spiritual connection. Drums link humans to ancestors. Another Shona traditional musical instrument is a flute. So flutes are made from bamboo, wood, or reeds. So there are different types of flutes, including Zimbabwean. These are small flutes and also large flutes. So how to play a flute? A flute is played by blowing air through mouthpiece, creating different tones and melodies. And its cultural significance is that flutes are used in traditional Shona music, often accompanying Mbira, drums, and singing. And their symbolism is that a flute symbolizes communication, creativity, and spiritual connection. So they are just like other Shona traditional musical instruments. These flutes, they have a traditional relevance in that they are played, accompanying drums, accompanying Mbira during ceremonies and celebrations, and also at storytelling time and for spiritual connection. So we can't talk about the Shona musical instruments without mentioning the traditional Shona dances that are associated with them. Shona dances are full of energy. Some dances are done during ceremonies like weddings or rain-making rituals. For example, Jerusalem or Mbende dance, a popular dance with quick, lively movements, is often performed during celebrations. And we also have Muchongoyo type of dance, a war dance done to show strength and bravery. The dancers wear colorful clothes and beads to make their moves stand out. Why music and dance matter? Music and dance bring people together. They help the Shona people celebrate life, teach lessons, and honor their culture. It's a way to stay connected to their roots. Clothing was also a very important part of the Shona people's traditional dance. including the headgear. Traditionally, dancers wore mapa from animal skins that had flexible leather and also that was comfortable to wear and easy to work. This type of clothing has been largely replaced these days with cloth versions. Also, another important part of the clothing, especially for men, were head dresses, which we know as ngundu. These were often made from animal hide and decorated with feathers. Now, let's look at the modern uses of Shona traditional music and dance in Zimbabwe today. Shona traditional music and dance have evolved over time, finding new and exciting purposes in modern Zimbabwe while still preserving cultural heritage. So I'm going to look at some of the ways that have evolved. Cultural festivals and celebrations. Shona traditional music and dance are showcased during cultural festivals like the Harare International Festival of the Arts and regional celebrations. These performances highlight Zimbabwe's rich history and attract both locals and tourists. At education and cultural preservation, schools and universities teach Shona music and dance to ensure younger generation learn about their roots. Institutions hold workshops where students practice playing instruments like the Mbira and participate in dances like Jerusalem to preserve cultural identity. Modern entertainment. Shona music and dance styles are blended with contemporary genres like Afro jazz, Zim dancehall, and hip hop. Artists incorporate traditional rhythms, instruments, and dance moves into their songs and music videos, keeping the tradition alive while appealing to modern audiences. Also, in the area of tourism, traditional performances are a big part of the tourism industry. Visitors to Zimbabwe enjoy live shows of traditional music and dance as part of cultural tours and safaris. Also, for social and political messages, Shona music and dance are used to spread awareness about important issues like HIV/AIDS, gender equality, and environmental conservation. Performers often use songs and dances to deliver powerful messages that resonate with communities. Spiritual ceremonies. In modern times, traditional music and dance still play a role in religious and spiritual practices. They are used in rituals to honor ancestors, pray for rain, or bless special occasions. And guess what? In fitness and wellness as well. Some people use traditional dances as a form of exercise. The energetic movements of dances like Muchongoyo and Mbende are a great way to stay active while celebrating culture. By blending tradition with innovation, Shona music and dance continue to thrive in modern Zimbabwe, bridging the past and the future. So just to conclude, to sum up everything we've looked at, I just want to say traditional dance in Zimbabwe has changed beyond its historical and cultural roots to find vibrant new purposes in modern society. So today, these dances are celebrated at cultural festivals. They are taught in schools to preserve heritage and incorporated into contemporary entertainment like Afro jazz and Zim dancehall Tourism showcases traditional dance performances, drawing visitors eager to experience Zimbabwe's rich culture. So just to add to entertainment, traditional dances are used as tools for education, for promoting social awareness and addressing important issues like health and environmental conservation. They also remain integral in spiritual ceremonies and rituals, connecting communities to their ancestral traditions. So modern adaptations even include fitness routines, where the energetic movement of dances like Muchongoyo provide both exercise and cultural engagement. So through these innovative uses, traditional dances remain a dynamic part of Zimbabwe's life, bridging the past and present while making sure the legacy endures for future generations. We've come to the end, and I know this is not an exhaustive list of all the Shona traditional dances and musical instruments. We are on this journey together, revisiting our Shona customs and traditions. If there's anything I've left out, feel free to leave a comment. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please like, share, and subscribe.